My pain levels increase without an obvious physical trigger. I feel anxious about things completely outside of my control. I have trouble sleeping because my mind races about global problems. I feel hopeless or overwhelmed by the state of the world. I notice myself scrolling instead of engaging in activities that usually bring me peace. When I notice these signs, I know it's time to step back and recalibrate. So, how do we stay informed and compassionate without drowning in the world's pain? How do we care without caring it all? You've got to curate your information diet. Just like we're careful about what we put in our bodies, we need to be intentional about what we put in our minds. We've got to limit news consumption. Choose one or two trusted sources and check with them once daily, not continuously. Set specific times, maybe 15 minutes in the morning to catch up, then step away. Avoid social media news. The algorithms are designed to keep you engaged through outrage and fear. You've got to choose constructive content. You look for news sources that focus on solutions, not just problems. You've got to practice radical self-compassion. Give yourself permission to protect your mental health without guilt. Remind yourself, taking care of yourself isn't selfish, it's necessary. Not everyone listening shares my beliefs, and that's perfectly okay. But I've found something in my spiritual journey that I think applies regardless of your religious background. Profound peace that comes from remembering we're called to love one another, even when, and especially when, we disagree. One of the heaviest aspects of our current world is how divided we've become. Political differences have become personal attacks. Religious beliefs have become weapons. Social issues have become loyalty tests. Everywhere we look, people are being asked to choose sides, to declare enemies, to write off entire groups of human beings. And for those of us managing chronic pain, this constant pressure to take sides and maintain outrage is truly exhausting. It adds another layer of stress to symptoms that are already overwhelmed. In my Christian faith, I'm reminded that love isn't contingent on agreement. Here's something I've noticed with my own journey with CRPS. When I focus on spiritual practices, my prayer, meditation, gratitude, service to others, my nervous system calms down. There's something profoundly healing about surrendering the weight of the world to something bigger than myself. This doesn't mean I become passive or stop caring about important issues. It means I approach them from a place of peace rather than panic, love rather than fear. You see, I have family members and friends who vote differently than I do, who hold religious beliefs that differ from mine, who make choices I wouldn't make. And I've had to learn that loving them doesn't require me to agree with everything they think or do. In fact, some of my most meaningful relationships are with people who challenge my perspectives. They've taught me things I wouldn't have learned otherwise. They've shown me different ways of experiencing the world. When I shifted from judging people based on their political or religious positions to focusing on their character, how they treat their families, whether they're kind to service workers, if they show up for friends in crisis. I found so much more peace. I've learned that someone can have completely different political views than me and still be a person of integrity and compassion and love. And that realization has been incredibly freeing for someone whose nervous system was already maxed out on stress. Whether you share my specific beliefs or not, here are some spiritual principles that have helped me navigate this heavy world that we live in today. Your healing matters. Your peace matters.